I'd like to apologise to Millie Molly Mandy Montgomery, my daughter, in front of the whole world. I'm really sorry, Millie Molly Mandy. Well, she was like going, I want to come. And I said, you're not in this story. And she was like, I am. At least you're wearing underwear, Millie Molly Mandy, that's what I say. You're playing Gabrielle. Who am I? Look, I'm wearing underpants. And yes, there's a hole in my tights. Frankly, you shouldn't be looking. I'm just saying. Looking's free. So we're in the southern hemisphere with the whales. Who said you're not a fan? I do live here, you know what I mean? So it was a low G, a higher G, skipping an octave, and an E. The lady in the passenger seat was watching me 2 days ago, and I thought, oh no, she's got a look on her face. She's going to call the police. I don't know. Typical. Millie Money Mandy says it's easy. I prefer using what you used it like that energy spin. So I'm spinning along the seafront, or floor, ocean floor. What's my new theory? That spinning takes less energy than walking. So, yes, I'm a bit worried that Gabrielle might think my little vignettes, well, it's a bit like music, isn't it? I only need a little and then I can just fill in any parts I like. However, I worry that you lot don't understand. Don't worry, no one understands. Morning. Morning, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Sure, the pub's that way.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Exercising.
Oh, okay.
Because
I like your boots.
oh, thank you. I've lost I was 74 kilos before I started chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and the starvation. That was 3.5 years ago, and I'm about 50 kilos now.
You putting weight on?
No.
No.
No, I've actually started. I'm started losing it this year, but don't worry about it because the lump came back in October.
What are you going to do about it?
There's nothing you can do. I could live for decades.
Oh, okay.
My jaw might disintegrate because the teeth are. I'm lucky though because even the dentist at the hospital was like, after he did the big talk, and said that any teeth that are slightly bad, they're going. Any I'm not sure about, they're going. They don't have time this afternoon. You come back in the morning and we'll continue.
Okay.
He said, but you've come straight away, so we weren't expecting you so quickly, because Mum and I went, let's go and get the bus here at home. And he said, I haven't got the x-ray of your teeth. So he gave me the whole speech, this lovely Indian dentist. And he went, I'll go look at your x-ray. Came back and went, I'm not going to be removing any teeth today.
What?
And at the time, you know, he looked more happy than me because his job's carnage every day.
Yeah.
And I've yet to meet anyone with head or neck cancer that
I was reading about
hasn't lost teeth,
and
you know, beforehand.
Head and neck cancer. I was reading about it this morning.
Were you really?
Yes. And what they're saying,
You're on live to Facebook, so don't say cunt.
They've got new drugs out for that now.
Can I just ask a question? Your voice just went from nondescript UK to Birmingham way.
Oh, I'm multi-talented. Is that
Right.
a word?
I can make you laugh about cancer, though. Actually, I said that to the new postwoman. He said, you've got to laugh about cancer. When I was erroneously sectioned 6 months to the day after Mum died for telling the truth about them taking my mum's body away illegally, but never mind. Police came and said, we're not leaving without the body 12 hours after the bereavement officer at night. I've not been to bed for 3 days. I'm about to go to bed. I've been giving my mum morphine or whatever. And about 12 hours, 15 hours after Mum died, policeman turns up. I call him Patricia the stripper, called Steve. And we found out 6 months to the day. He was leaning across those 3 bins like a cat. I'm sat with 2 walking sticks. And I said, what are you doing here? And he said, it's anonymous. And he said, you've been shouting your mouth off over the internet. And I thought, yeah, about you? So he sectioned me. Wow. And I got an MRI, etc. And I'm not crazy. I'm what you call eccentric. I said, I know that.
Hey, that's what Britain's known for.
And well, you know what? Well said, sir. I was born in Yorkshire. And my parents are Scottish. But when the 2 young police officers, Patricia, pissed off, they couldn't get me to the door, the 2 young police officers. They don't have the right to go to the door for a welfare check. Welfare check is Orwellian language. It's mental health check. Yeah. It took me a long time. I was in mental health hospital when I realised that. You know, I'm a better man for the 8 days, 7 days in the mental health hospital. They were all lovely. And all of them said, yeah, we should be here, and all of them said, you shouldn't. Even the nurses were like, we don't always agree with the doctors. So I had to, I said to them, look, it was bank holiday in Scotland, so it was early August. And I said, I could have called the human rights lawyers in Glasgow, but I said, look, I don't want to spend the last years of my life, you lot thinking I'm crazy. Do every test you want. Just get on with it. And then I had to speak in front of the head. I remember his name as in Dr. Vagina Gaydar.
That's a good name.
Admittedly, the staff took to that like a house on fire. There's a man at New Raigmore Hospital, mental hospital, called Elvis, an African man. I was on the phone and a guy had just come up to me and said, my name's Jesus. It's not. It's Robert or something. Don't worry about that. When he gave me his address when I left, he put his real name and address, and I was like, all right. And but then immediately a black man comes to start work, and an orderly or whatever they're called, and he says, I'm called Elvis. I'm on the phone to my sister-in-law, and we're in hysterics. And I said it for a while, that anyone who hires a man called Elvis to work in a mental hospital has got a sense of humour. But later I realised he's got the sense of humour. He's called Elvis, and he went, I know what, I'll get a job in a loony bin. And
what's your name?
Desmond, what's yours?
Desmond, I'm Steve.
Steve's a great name.
Steve is a very good name.
Thank you for not getting
Desmond, we better get on.
I got cancer from eating pussy. That made the 2 police officers wet themselves. In fact, one of them almost, the one in the back next to me, I'm in full lotus position. doing breathing meditation exercises, and he said, I said, I bet I can make you laugh about cancer, and he said, no, you can't. He wet himself. His mate almost crashed the car laughing, and I looked him straight in the eye and said, I can make you laugh about paedophilia, but I won't.
That's a good thing.
Billy Connolly said that every time he even broached the ballpark of perhaps telling people about his sexual abuse as a child, he said the chill in the auditorium, and that's why he always backed away, and that's why his wife wrote about it in the book. Are you on holiday?
No, we live here.
Oh, you live here? Oh, well, I live there. I'm not a transvestite, transsexual, and I don't try to look like a woman. I do believe in equal clothing rights, and apart from anything else, you take 10 metres walk from one place to another, and what a man wears and what a woman wears completely changes. Yeah. It's confusing. If I go to Africa and then travel back in the same clothes, in Europe I'm wearing a dress, in Africa I'm respectful. It's amazing how sometimes it goes the other way around. Yeah. I've got samurai trousers, everyone thinks are culottes.
Good meeting you, buddy.
It's really nice meeting you. I am looking for friends. I'm just saying, that's all.
We're always friendly.
I know. Steve and Colin. Alan. Very nice to have met you. Enjoy your walk. I am a better man to meet most people. So, at one point I said to Dr. Vagina Gaydar and everyone present, him and I held the meeting, and I said jointly, and I said, look, what you did with the law is not what it's supposed to be for. And he said, I disagree. I said, yes, but since I'm the only one here with admittedly only half a law degree, and they said, we want to do a CT scan of your brain. And I said, will that show any damage from the cancer treatment? He went, no. Well, that's no good to me then, is it? He said, you need an MRI then. I went, all right. And so they tried to get one booked in 24 hours. The agreement was stay for 24 hours. He said, after the meeting, the nurse who took me out of the meeting just looked up at me while I'm trying to get my words to say something. And she said, you were brilliant. Oh, thank you. Oh, hello, good morning. Enjoy your walk.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Knackered now.
I like your accent. Where are you from, sir?
Down south.
Well, I mean, some of y'all never been down south. Some of y'all never been down south too much. I can sing Elvis if you like.
Reading.
That is down south.
It is well down south.
I hope you support a different football team. I don't actually. I quite like Reading, but friends of mine support Reading.
At all.
No. Reading's. It's not terrible, but I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of this red brick thing that's all over Slough and that sort of area.
Oh, right.
Oh well, we had just down our house is actually built off the local clay.
Oh,
They made the bricks from the local clay down the road
that's
from
amazing. My sister-in-law and niece and nephew live in Sherford-on-Loddon.
Who?
Sherford-on-Loddon.
Oh, that's not far from near Basingstoke.
Yeah. It's still an RG postcode.
Yeah.
I'm good with postcodes.
Yeah.
It was my university job.
27-ish, around that way.
It's exactly RG. Do you work for Royal Mail?
No, I used to work in a theatre though, so in the box so I knew where everybody lived.
Can you sing?
No, I bloody well can't.
Can you act?
No. Oh yes, I have been on the stage. Yes.
The next stage out of town.
Yeah. Yes, I have acted.
Thank you very much. I'm Desmond.
Very good.
Oh, I am. Thankfully, I'm hilarious.
Oh, right, okay.
If only I could dress funny, I'd probably get a career in it, eh?
Absolutely.
You could do.
I actually can sing.
Can you?
Yes. What do you like to
Well,
hear?
I can sing, but badly.
I can sing far away. No, but what do you like? What sort? Do you like music?
Yeah.
You went to the theatre, so you like musicals.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
What's your favourite?
Got Les Mis.
Any character? Any song?
Anything.
One more day to revolution. We will nip it in the bud.
Very good.
Yeah. Got good
Bring
deep
him
voice.
home.
Master. Bring God on high. Hear my prayer. He is young. There you go.
He is only a boy.
I am old. Don't know the words.
Very worked very good.
What's
Oh, I
the- what's
love
the-
your shoes.
Yeah,
Do you?
Very good.
Yeah, they're
I thought they
brilliant.
might be good for moon walking. What do you think? Right, I only practiced the first time 2 days ago, so let's have a go.
Very good.
Whoa.
You just need to speed it up a bit.
Yeah.
Everyone's a critic.
Anyway,
I forgot your names. I do apologise. You're on vacation, yes? You're from Reading.
Well, no, our daughter lives in Strathpeffer.
Oh, that's a nice place. Apparently, the hot chocolate at that old Victorian
Deli.
place is the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
That's what everyone knows.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always busy in there, so.
It's the first place I went to up here. Apart, my dad and I went on a coach trip in 2003. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Well, we are up here because they have decided to go on holiday.
You dog sitting,
Yeah.
cat
No.
sitting.
No,
Kid.
we're teenagers sitting. 4 teenagers.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll be glad.
Boys
to
or
get home.
girls?
3 girls
3
and a
girls,
boy.
1 boy.
Well, at least the girls can bully the boy.
Yeah.
Does that what holds the boy?
Well, they've got two. The oldest girl and boy, and they're both 19.
Oh,
a
right.
16 and a
They're like that.
14-year-old. But the 19-year-olds act more like kids than the other two do.
It's not really their fault. For generations now, we've infantilized children to the point. I mean, people complain about the way children
wear.
dress. Forget acting, dress. They can do something about the acting, kind of, but the dress. Why complain that teenagers dress like this? They don't make the products. They don't create next year's season.
Trend,
They don't
yeah.
decide that children dress like children rather than Tony Curtis and Burt Lancaster in that film in the 50s, the Sweet Smell of Success or something.
Yeah.
You know? Because like, everyone goes, oh, why don't people dress like Victor Mature and Burt Lancaster, etc.? Well, I do sometimes, actually.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, I look beautiful in 1940s or
40s
20s
suits.
suits.
Yeah, wonderful.
I mean, that's what we wore in the 80s.
Yeah.
We used to go to Sam Brown in Covent Garden. Me and my friend, when we were 16, we worked on building sites in 1989. And we bought 40s vintage clothes. That's what we wore, kipper ties and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'd have expensive clothes, but the tie would be like 10 pence.
There you go.
But yeah.
He was a nice man. Anyway, the thing about it's not the children's fault the way they dress.
No.
Why people have decided that children should dress, young adults should dress like children, worries me. Nothing to do with me. But what I don't understand is in the real world, most of my friends are women.
Yeah.
I do have men friends tend to be amazing. Because, you know, to walk along the street with me dressed like this sometimes, if I feel like it, you've got to have big balls or be 6'7".
Yeah. Big boy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my father was a coal miner.
Yeah.
I've always
where
looked
are
like
you
a girl.
from, then?
Doncaster I was born.
Oh, right,
A place
okay.
called Woodlands. My name is Desmond. As
Desmond
a child,
from
people called me Desi Wezzy Woo.
Yes.
Desi Wezzy Woo! So I reclaimed the name. I went, all right, I'll create a character called Woo. And it was later I realised that Woodlands is the lands of D. Woo, Desi
Oh, there
Wezzy
you
Woo.
go.
I mean, not that I am a megalomania. I could be, couldn't I? Megalomania. In a digital age, it's easy for megalomania. I don't
Well,
watch
I say,
television,
where-
but I do
where
watch
we
myself.
Live, as I say, where we live, I was talking about the bricks.
Yes. Oh, the clay.
We live in
Clay, yeah.
Tilehurst, which is tiles on the hill.
Yeah.
That's not an RG post. Oh, it is. It is.
RG30.
It is. I can see it.
Yes, RG30. We
I can
live.
see it. Sorry, I got mixed up then.
Yeah.
It was nice though to go all around my 3 postcodes in my head.
Yeah.
But I think I've taken up too much. Oh, so you're actually here? How long are you here for?
Well, we go home
go
tomorrow. We've
tomorrow.
been here for 3 weeks.
Well, I'm very lucky to have seen you.
Yes.
You play piano?
I used to when I was little.
I've got a grand piano in my front room. Do you want to play it?
Oh, no. I
It's-
can play.
it's a
No,
John
I did,
Broadwood.
I've emailed it. Eh?
It's a John Broadwood, the Queen, Elizabeth. She had
Okay.
him in every room,
I used to
including
play.
on the Yacht Britannia.
Aye.
And John Broadwood is a Scotsman, and he was apprenticed to a harpsichord maker. And the upright grand piano was invented somewhere in a Germanic place. And it was like the iPod. No one wanted harpsichord, it was like old hat.
Yeah.
And so the Swiss Jewish immigrant master said to John Broadwood, can't we put an upright grand piano in our harpsichord bases that we've got lots of? And the grand piano
And
was
that's how it
born.
was born.
Yeah. Mine is from 1936. So when I got it, when the lump came back, October last year, well, it arrived October last year, it was 88 keys at 88 years old.
Oh, right.
God.
We had an old upright with the candlesticks on it. That was old.
That was old.
Oh, they were attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the front.
Big brass
Brass
candlestick.
candlesticks.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good old piano, wasn't it?
Once we got it tuned.
Right,
We had
to play
tune
the
it.
piano, I can teach you in a minute unless you've had a stroke. If you want to
Beethoven's
play
Ninth.
like Beethoven, if
Yeah,
you
I
want
was
to
gonna
play
say, I could play Beethoven's Ninth years ago, but not now.
Ode to Joy.
Yeah.
Da 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 da
I could
da.
play that.
Okay, what is V in Morse code, sir? You do know it.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
We only know.
How many? I bet he bores you. I'm kidding. I bet he bores you to tears watching Second World War documentaries.
No, he
No.
watches sci-fi.
No, sci-fi.
You actually spat when you said it. I mean,
I know, I felt it.
It's not
I've got
proper
watch.
sci-fi.
what do you mean it's not proper sci-fi?
Star
Good
Trek.
Star Trek.
How is that not proper sci-fi? What is proper sci-fi?
Oh, no, I'm not really into
War of
sci-fi.
the Worlds?
but,
Yeah, well, you've just exclaimed to the world that you're an expert. It's not proper
Got
sci-fi.
War of the Worlds.
No one could have believed
Yeah.
in the first years of this century, minds immeasurably superior to yours, not yours, your lady. Men are inferior.
Absolutely.
You know, do you know what sapien means? You're a Homo sapien,
Homo
allegedly.
sapiens, yeah.
But what does sapien mean?
I don't know.
Intelligent.
Oh, right.
That's ironic. Just
Right.
kidding. I'm Homo erectus. I'm just saying. Actually, I am Homo erectus. Navvies, the ones that, navvies, they are Homo erectus. They've got everything. The Gallagher brothers, Homo erectus. Homo sapien are genocidal monkeys who tried to eradicate everyone. The root cause of racism started 68,000 years ago when people went, I don't want any Homo erectus in our family. We only want sapien. Now, Homo sapiens, I don't like you, especially the men. But my biggest beef, all right, how I like to mock you, sapien, you called yourself intelligent. Now, only a species that goes, I'm intelligent, is a true moron. Moron is not a rude word, it's a medical term for someone with an IQ under 35. Most sapiens, I should say. So I stopped calling them sapiens. A few years ago, I started calling them a bunch of homos. As in homo space S.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, when everyone read it, they never noticed the space, they just saw homos. And I was talking to a paleontologist friend of mine, she's famous. She has discovered, she's not even got a doctorate yet, she discovered that dinosaurs were killed in springtime, that when the asteroid hit
Oh,
the Earth.
we've been watching it on the telly lately.
Yeah, there's an English scientist who says he discovered it first, and she can't she's published in every country in the world. She's on television, whatever, but they won't publish it in English because this man is lying. It's not unusual. Paleontologists are usually quite strange.
Well, look at the girl online read your speech. What was her name? Mary.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
She found it all, and the
Yeah,
men went.
yeah.
The men went. Oh, look what we found. I don't bloody think so. You couldn't find your ass if it was next to your elbow. Thank you for saying that.
Elbow.
I've forgotten your name, but that's not important in
That's
life.
Jill
is
and
it?
Michael.
My father and brother are called Michael. Angel.
Yeah.
In French, Michel.
Absolutely.
Hiya, Michel.
Definitely it makes-
Comment
yeah.
ça va?
Yes.
We never
That's
got to.
like reality.
So I was telling her about my homos, bunch of homos. She went, well, Desmond, it's even better than that. She goes, scientifically, when you would write it, you would write homo, small s, not capital. I'd been giving you a capital S. She said, that's actually grammatically incorrect. So now you're a bunch of homos. But I mean, like, it is ridiculous. You're the only species on this planet, which doesn't prove you're aliens, but certainly, the only species on this planet that reaches sexual maturity before species. So from a zoologist's point of view, Desmond Morris, Naked Ape, the chapter on sex everyone should read. They should teach that at primary school. They're probably doing it, I don't know. Post-feminism has gone really hard on Desmond Morris as a zoologist. But anyway, 23 is the average age that sapiens, homos, you bunch of homos, become species adult. So you're a young adult. But you can have children between about 9 and 13 onwards. That makes no sense. But why is homos the only species? Michael, you need to go because that was a big sigh. I'm sorry.
I've got to go.
You have been awfully patient. Thank you for the lame
I've
is.
got to
That's
go and
quite all
pick
right. Thank
the
you.
daughter up and she's playing football.
Not your daughter, your granddaughter.
Granddaughter
Yeah.
says.
Look, he wants to look young. There's some really hot women there. If he calls you granny and it's just...
Oh, no, I am not a granny.
What do you mean you're not a granny?
I'm a nanny.
Nanny.
Nan, I don't get that. There you go. Nanny's a goat. Nana is even worse.
Oh, is it?
Well, yeah, I mean...
I just think granny sounds
Nana. I got a better one for you. Nana is Arabic for mint.
Granny.
Oh, there you go. So,
So there you go.
Sienna calls you Granny.
Look, yes,
Sienna's a
when she's
beautiful name, isn't it?
rocking.
But I'm going to go back in and play piano.
Okay, thank you.
It's been so nice to meet you. I can't believe
Oh,
it.
is this your house then?
Well, it's council house, yeah. Missy O was my mum.
Oh, right.
Everyone thinks it's me announcing to the world I'm a transsexual.
Okay.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not. I mean, a friend of mine said, are you a woman? And I was like, you want to see? Which everyone else on the mountain laughed. And he was like, I mean, as I said, I'm a coal miner's son. And I look like a girl from birth. Mum liked long hair. I got it cut twice a year to see Granny and Grandad in Scotland. It grew quick. So, I mean, if I can survive a 1970s coal mining village.
Yes, you can survive anything.
Exactly. Honestly.
Okay, then. Bye.
I am sorry. Michael, I'll remember your name. Jill.
Well done. With a G.
One more day.
One day more.
I dreamed a dream of life gone by.
When life was young and love was living.
I dreamed a dream that love would never die. There goes the neighbourhood. I blame you, Jill. Good night, God bless.